Good morning, Coeur d'Alene High School, and thanks so much for joining us for this week's edition of News 14 on KCDA. I'm Collin Ruane, and here's a look at this week's headlines. First this morning, CHS competed at the BPA and DECA state tournament just last week. 2 BPA students qualified to their national tournament, which will be held in Chicago this April, and 27 DECA students qualified to their national tournament in Salt Lake City. The International DECA Conference will be held from April 27th to May 2nd. Turning to softball now, the Vikings triumphed over Mount Spokane at the season opener at Finucane Park. Lindsay Shulwinski and Nikki Ragsdale held Mount Spokane to 8 hits and 4 runs. Sydney Parker crushed a solo home run in the 4th inning, and Chelsea Rasmussen went 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs. The Vikings won the game 12-4. In other news this morning, it's hard to believe how quickly the school year is flying by, and the time to register for dual enrollment is even closer. As Trevor Cunningham shows us, dual enrollment at NIC is a great opportunity for students seeking college credit.
Thanks, Colin. I'm Trevor Cunningham here with Ms. White to talk about dual enrollment. So what is dual credit?
Dual credit is an opportunity for high school students to earn high school credits, but also college credits. So we have students who actually go to NIC and take college courses, and they also get high school credit for it.
And how do students register for dual credit?
Well, in order to be eligible for dual credit, there's a few things you need to meet the criteria-wise. Process, it's a little bit different for next year than what it's been in the past. So once you have the form turned in to NIC, then you can register yourself. So this is where it's a little different. Students now are able to go online and sign themselves up for classes. 2 very important dates. The first date is April 13th. So mark your calendar. So students who are continuing dual credit, so they've already done dual credit, April 13th is your day to go to NIC. It's any time between noon and 3, and NIC will help to teach those students how to register themselves. The second date is April 30th. So mark your calendar if you are a new dual credit student, and it's from 3 to 6 p.m. at NIC, and you can go and learn again how to register. So April 13th is for continuing students, and April 30th is for new students. Once you've registered yourself, then we need you to print off your schedule and then bring it to your counselor so that we can make sure you're in the right classes to graduate.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That should just about do it. I'm Trevor Cunningham here with KCDA 14.
All right, thanks, Trevor. Also this morning, CHS will be holding elections next month to determine who will hold various class and ASB positions. But one junior has just been elected to an even higher office. KCDA's Katie McPhee explains.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Katie McPhee, here with Jon Madrid, the president of the State Student Council.
Hey, Coeur d'Alene.
So, Jon, what does it take to be the State Student Council president?
Well, there's an application process that you have to go through before you can actually run. A couple of months before our state conference, which is usually held at the end of February, you have to write kind of a bio of why you'd want to be president and what opportunities would come from it, and then you submit it, and then the director, who is Adam Collins, will be in contact with you. And then once you're at the state conference, it's just like any other high school election. You campaign, and then you have to give a speech.
Great. So what does this job entail you?
Well, being state president, you are in charge of the Regional Student Council Conference and the State Student Council Conference, which by regional I mean all the schools in the north. We meet one day in the fall to talk about our leadership skills and everything. And this year we held that at the Kroc Center. And so my job for next year, I will be in charge of planning the regional conference, and I will also be in charge of planning the state conference.
Great. So what interested you in becoming president in the first place?
Well, I've been involved with student council since freshman year, and I really like helping out and making a difference. The state position just is kind of one more step above and beyond. It gives you a chance to be in a position where you can bounce off ideas with more people and just become a better leader and help out.
That's great, Jon. So what are your plans for ASB for next year?
Well, I'm running for president this next month. April 20th is election day. So hopefully if I win, I will be ready to get the fish back and make a lot of well-needed adjustments to our school.
Great, so good luck with next year, and thank you for your time, John. Thank you all for joining us today, and back to you, Collin.
All right, thanks, Katie. Turning our attention over to sports. The Viking tennis team had their first match of the season just a few days ago, just the first of many matches to come. KCDA's Nate Wallsinger sits down with Coach O'Connor to discuss the boys and girls tennis teams.
Thank you, Collin. I'm Nate Wallsinger here with Mr. O'Connor for tennis interview. So, what do you expect out of the tennis team this year?
I think we're going to have a good season this year. We have a lot of senior leadership, which will be nice. I think we're going to compete well in doubles, and I think there's going to be a couple singles players that might surprise the league this year as well.
Awesome. And I heard you guys have a couple matches coming up. Who are you playing against?
We do. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Lewis and Clark, which is a very good school, tennis school in Spokane, and so we'll be hopefully competing well with them. And then our first home match will be Post Falls here on Wednesday, and we hope to compete well in that one as well.
Sweet. Well, this has been my interview with O'Connor. Have a great day, CHS.
Thanks, Nate, for that report. Switching gears now to an exhausting topic. Many students here at CHS complain about constantly being tired, and we're not alone. According to the Mayo Clinic, over 90% of teens get less than the recommended 9 hours of sleep per night, and 10% get less than even 6 hours of sleep per night. In this week's Health Watch report, Dana Savage shows us how our sleeping pattern can even affect our weight.
No, put those brownies away. I don't even like cream cheese.
Hey CHS, I'm Dana Savage, here in Dream World with our segment, Health Watch.
Let's face it, most of us are procrastinators, and it's highly likely that you were up late last night working on a project. I know I was. According to a recent study done by the Mayo Clinic, individuals who don't get enough sleep might actually gain more weight. Studies have shown that a person who isn't well rested will actually eat hundreds more calories during the day than someone who is well rested. Get your 9 hours, CHS. You don't want to be like me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks so much, Dana. That's going to do it for us for this week's edition of News 14 on KCDA. For Trevor Cunningham, Nate Wallsinger, Katie McPhee, Dana Savage, and all of us here at KCDA, thanks so much for joining us, and have a great spring break.